Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome in general. Um, if you've been seeing these videos, if you see any of these videos, you can tell I'm not really good at making videos, and I'm not used to it. So I apologize if I'm not looking directly at that camera, that bit, and if I'm looking at the whole reflection of what's happening. I, I have a hard time staring at a tiny little black dot with a white light on it, assuming that I'm talking to people. But I'm sure this right now is the most comfortable for you guys. So I think I'm gonna just try and hold this. Um, it's a pretty direct stare. This is how I met Darrel Higham. If you're not aware of who he is, he was Imelda May's ex-husband. He's an incredible rockabilly player. He's a beast. He is a great player. Massively influenced by Eddie Cochran. And again, most of these videos are to big up these people who otherwise wouldn't do it themselves. I mean, they are they're very all of these people. Well, other than two so far, are very nice, humbling people. So this is more to give credit to them and sing their praises because they oft won't do it themselves. So yeah, he I through this again. This is to just so you guys are aware. Maybe take a step back here and there and just look into life, whatever industry you're in. Just look back and see how you became friends with the person you are now, and see trail it back. Try and do this. See if we can get a conversation going. Just trail that friendship back and see where it would have been, where the inception was. And it's a bit of a nice experience, a humbling time to just sit there and see how you came to be where you are now and who got you there. Because granted, you do the work, but I very much doubt that there are a few people that are in any position now without the help of a few people before that to get them there. So it's interesting and humbling to see how you got where you are. So one of these bands, the guys that nicked all the sheepdogs, um, Ryder, they were working with the producer, Graham, and I think I'll do a Graham How I Met thing too. Um, so he worked at the studio, so we were all working together, and one day Darrel, I didn't know any of this, but one day Darrel just walked in, and and he just appeared, and he's a very daunting man, right? Um, he came into the studio, and he's a really big guy. Okay, that's all I can say. Um, and I mean, I know that doesn't mean much because I'm a very tiny guy. I'm like a Seth Green, Tom Hanks kind of size, very pocket. Um, but yeah, he filled the door. It was a very sunny day, and I remember this very distinctively because he came in. The sun evaporated. It went away. It was gone. And yeah, and so he came in, shook hands, very polite, humble dude, very soft spoken kind of guy. That's the thing, these mistranslations of like, he looks like he could crush anybody's skull, but he's a very polite, gentle, soft spoken dude, and he's a beast of a player. And that was it. We had a few chats, and then he left because obviously we were in the studio, and then fast forward, um, we were in the studio again, and I was fortunate enough to be called by Graham to do some tracks, and it was for Darrel, and he was in there. He was in the other room, but again, the whole experience was a nice, peaceful, wonderful time. He was a very gentle, soft guy, and he's incredible. His ability to play the guitar is very it's just very high, and it's hard to match for those specific genres. I'm sure there's stuff that people need to improve on. We all do, but this guy is flawless. Like he was laying down guide tracks, but his guide tracks were takers. They were what you would expect most people would get as their final finished. That's no, I can't do any better than that kind of thing. And so if he's doing better than his guide tracks, he's a beast. But he's a wonderful man. He's a very lovely guy, and yeah, if he's watching, thank you very much for. I mean, we've met a few times. I'm sure he has no idea who I am, but yeah, if he's watching, thank you rather for being a nice guy, because he is one of those people that doesn't have to do any of this stuff. Be friendly and be out there. He can just reserve himself, but he doesn't. He's a very nice guy. So yeah, there you go. Not much more to say on that. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.